But nah, man, it was just a period in time when hey bees,
So that's a
hey
classic album.
get on there for me, homie, the little homies. It was a time when Master P and them had just showed us that you can push this shit out the trunk. And with us watching the Bay Area and seeing the moves that they was making business wise, it was just a reality for us. So you figure like the early 2000s and shit, it wasn't much going on the West Coast. Pac had passed away maybe a few years before that, and it was really up for grabs who was going to be the next situation to come. And it was rough, man, for a long time because cats wasn't really fucking with the West Coast at the time. I mean, this the times when Snoop and E40 and all them was going down south to make records and do deals and shit. It was kind of fucked up on the left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was just a raw time. Me and the homies was outside though, like all the shit everybody rap about. You know what I'm saying? Like we was really doing it at a real epic level. I mean, I remember like my first album we took like about 6 brand new Escalades and I think we had 3 Escalades and maybe 3 Denali's, homie, and we hit every hood turf up the whole coast from here to Oakland to all the hoods, even to Portland. We drove, pushed all the way to Seattle, drove, pushing out the trunk. Some shit you ain't never. Niggas don't do that type of shit no more. They might go one at a time. No, we just got in traffic, got on the road, and hit up all these locations, homie, and did everything we had to do to make sure that every hood on the whole left coast was fucking with our music. It was that era, you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole different time. You had to be a made nigga to even be out and pull up in somebody else's hood in Oakland and in Richmond and in all these places, you know what I'm saying? So it was an outside time. Now you can stay at home and make this stuff happen. But then it was much more about the integrity of you and your crew, y'all reputation, and what people knew about y'all, because the internet wasn't that big, you know what I'm saying? It was about, were you able to make a presence? Were you able to rock shows? And did you have your product and understand the business of being out the trunk at the time and the hand-to-hand movement that was going on? I mean, we was literally riding up the coast with boxes of CDs, selling them to the stores, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Selling a box of 100 to stores and shit like that at $7 and $8 and $6, and it got all the way down to $5 for some of the Bay cats that was really moving a lot of pieces. It was a different time. You had to know the business. Now you got to understand the difference between now and then. It's like you get a little artist, he could decide that he want to make music. I don't knock the new generation at all. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. He could decide he want to make music on Tuesday, go in the studio on Wednesday, get his record mixed on Thursday off an app or some shit, mixed, get it mastered online. You could just pay a son to get they can record this shit on their phone, get it mixed and mastered with apps on their phone, distribute the record to the whole world just on your phone from your hand right there. The first song you ever made. Imagine this. This is what I say to the artists of my era. I mean, it don't seem that long ago to me, but I'm saying, like, imagine if Triggeration Station, what if every time a motherfucker played a song off of Triggeration Station, I got paid for it?
Yeah.
Right now, every song, you can make a song, you can start rapping tomorrow, make a song and put it out. And every single time that song is played, no matter how small or big the amount is, that little dude gonna get paid for that song.
Yeah.
You get that one CD sale, that motherfucker might have went platinum just off of that one CD getting burnt and played and whatever. You're not receiving no money for all the plays that come off of that shit. So it's a different time, you know what I mean? You had to get a deal to even put your record out.
Well, I appreciate that body of work. That's a classic album, man.
That's love, homie. Shout out to the homie Cricket. Cricket was on there. Yep, all the homies were featured on there. Yeah, Cricket
Damu.
Produced. Damu. Cricket produced most of the album, but Damu was on that thing. Black Mikey.
E40.
Marley, 40. Who else? Yuck Mouth.
Yep.
Juice.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, I was bumping it again today.
That's what's up, homie.
How did the Strong Arm Steady come about? Like, how did you become a part of that super group?
just being in LA and fucking with the Liquid crew, and you know, the homie, the initial meeting came from me fucking with Sir Jinx, and then from Sir Jinx, I met a lot of other cats that was tied into the Liquid crew, and they just showed me love and opened their arms. And at the time, it was just about making music. They wasn't really Crips or Bloods or no shit like that. And at the time, you know, that's you damn near had to be from a motherfucker's hood in order to rap with them. You know what I mean? Damn near at the time. And you just start touring with Exhibit and shit. And at the time, it was like a big mixtape movement. It was a big hey. It was a big mixtape movement at the time. And from that, you know, 50 and them was doing their shit, Drama and all the mixtapes, and we just smothered on the whole LA, Southern Cali area with the mixtapes. And the series was just, you know, we had a mixtape group. You know, it was a bunch of other MCs that was in Strong Arm Steady, you know what I'm saying? From Saphir to Razcast to fucking the barbershop MCs, the Far Ride, Chase Infinite, you know what I'm saying? ASAP Rocky, old manager, the homie, my brother. It was a lot of us making Planet Asia. You know, it was a lot of real MCs though, like, you know, hip hop influenced artists, not just street gangster niggas, but real musicians and real artists that was on these mixtapes tearing heads off, and it just built a following of its own. And then me, Phil, and Crondown happened to be the only cast that really weren't already in groups or had deals. And Exhibit tried to put a play for us together to be, you know, the next super West Coast group. Mm-hmm. And you know, we end up fucking with that didn't work all the way out. We toured, did a lot of shit, and put out a lot of records, but we end up doing a deal with Blacksmith, which is Kweli and Corey Smith's label. And then we toured again, went all around the world fucking with Kweli and shit too. It was that was rap school for me. That's how I learned the industry, just being in Strong Arm Steady.
Okay. All right. Well, hey man, shout out to y'all, man. I love that group. Now I know a lot of people don't know this, but you was able to work with the great Gladys Knight. I remember you performed with her as well. You performed live too. So
yeah, can I have a cup in there, please? Yeah, man.